Okay, on our public hearing tonight, item number 1, we had a application for rezoning for Jasper and Jeanette Joyner. I've been made aware, to my understanding, that that was tabled at the Planning Commission due to additional work on that. So I don't know if anyone was here to take part in that one, but that one's actually, since it was tabled at the Planning Board, we'll also table that as here as well until they send that over to us. The second item that we had for the public hearing is an application for rezoning for Bradley and Amanda Frame, request to rezone from R2 residential to A1 agriculture for property located at 294 Bell Road, Lafayette, Georgia, tax map 0328-2-009C. We do have Philip Cantrell, who is our appointed chairman of our planning and zoning. Philip, what was the recommendation, and do you have anything to speak upon this?
The board recommended that we did change it to R1 zoning.
To A1?
Back to A1, yes.
Okay.
They own a parcel there of 5.74 acres that is adjoining some property that is agriculture. There is also some R2 zoning in that area, but they're large parcels of property, and so the board did let them zone back to agriculture. One of the reasons is they wanted to be able to keep more animals on their farm, and of course it was kind of applied before the county had already changed some of that, but anyway, the board went ahead and let them rezone.
Okay. Is there anyone here that wants to speak in opposition of this rezone? Any opposition to this rezone at 294 Bell Road? Okay, hearing none, is there anyone here who would like to speak in favor of this? Y'all have anything additional to say? Or?
Just like we told the commission last week, we want to ensure that we're able to keep our property for long term. We just purchased in the county last year, and there was some confusion when we bought. We thought we were looking at agriculture property to begin with. The real estate agent, apparently we had a miscommunication there. But we do love our property, and we intend to stay in Walker County. My husband has worked in the county for many years, and the main reason that we purchased down here is how much he loves the county. And we absolutely love our property. We love where we're located. We've fallen in love with the community, and we just want to continue to make sure that we're always able to have our animals in the future if things change in zoning in other areas nearby.
Great, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, is there anyone else that would like to speak on this issue for or against? Okay, that's going to end our session of our public hearing. We will now move into a time of our regular scheduled meeting, Thursday, June the 28th, 2018. We'll call this session into order. We've already done our invocation, our pledge to our flags. So we'll move to approval of our minutes from our June 14th meeting. You should have those available in your packet that was out front, or as normal, all of our information and material is available on our website. So every document that we will be reviewing here tonight will be on our website, and you can pull all that information up. Anyone that has reviewed these minutes, if there's any errors or corrections or anything that we need to address before we move these into the minutes. Hearing none, I'll go ahead and sign this into the record. Okay. All right, under new business, we had the one item on the joint family that is tabled, so we will not take that action item up today. That has been tabled. We do have item number 2 for the consideration of application for rezone for the Bradley and Amanda Frame. Request is to rezone from R2 residential to A1 agriculture for the property located at 294 Bell Road, Lafayette, Georgia, 30728, tax map 0328-2-009C. This was recommended by the Planning and Zoning. We've heard testimony here at our public hearing. There was no opposition, so we will move forward in approving this as it was submitted before this body today. Okay, Criminal Justice Coordinating Subgrant Award. This is a mental health court implementation. And so the mental health court that the Superior Court for Walker, Catoosa, and Dade County has gotten a grant for $171,187 that will begin from July 1, 2018 through June 30th of 2019. This would be administered through the Walker County Commissioner's Office as far as the expenditures and reimbursements of this. This is a new program that is being started by the Superior Court in the Judicial Circuit. Matt, did you have anything additional to add on this one?
No, sir.
Okay. Is there any questions or comments about the county receiving this subgrant award in the amount of $171,187? There are no matching funds that are part of this grant this year. This is being totally funded through the state and federal government. Hearing none, we'll go ahead and accept and receive this grant into the record. And there's a lot of pages to this, as most grants. Okay, so that takes care of that one. We also, item number 4, Criminal Justice Coordinator Subgrant for the Adult Felony Drug Court. This is the second year of this program through the Superior Court to have a drug court. It's been a very successful program. It's well recognized across the state as being very effective. The federal funds is $217,405. There is a matching fund of $24,156 for a total funding of $241,561. Last year, this grant was a 100% funded grant. This year, this matching fund of the $24,156 will be shared between the 4 counties on a pro rata basis based off of population, which the court system is funded in general that same way, so we'll be using those same formulas, which is based off of census data from 2010. Is there any questions or comments or additional input about this grant?
I will add, Commissioner, that these funds are being paid for out of our DATE funds, which are also partially gathered through the court systems for that purpose. And also, in speaking with Judge Thompson about the success of this court, he informed me this morning that out of over, I believe, 20 people who have been admitted to this program so far, only 3 of them have not progressed in the program. What that means is that as of today, the drug court program is something along the lines of 90% effective thus far. And that is a rather remarkable thing, and I believe that this is a very good program, having had experience in drug court myself with some of my prior clients.
Yeah, that's a very good point that he brought up. There's funding that comes through the court system in fines and fees. It's called a DATE fund. Those are allocated funds, and so the matching fund will not have to come out of our general fund. These are actually funds that are already allocated that matches up to this federal grant. So there's virtually no exposed cost to the taxpayers out of their property taxes to fund this program. Any other comments or questions about this grant? We'll go ahead and sign this into our minutes. And again, all of these additional pages and explaining some of the program, the grant award, is all on the website. If someone wants to read all the fine print and details made available. Okay, we also have another grant, and one reason for all these grants coming up this time is the state works off the fiscal year from July 1 of each year, and so the funding for these different programs are all on that July 1 basis, and so that's the reason we're taking these up all at one time. We did not have these prior to our other meeting that we had back in June, the first meeting we had, so we got these and we needed to get these knocked out so these programs could get funded. But this is our Juvenile Justice grant that we receive every year. The reward of this grant is for $130,000. This is made under the State of Georgia Juvenile Justice Incentive Grants, the JJIG program. I think, Greg, we've had this grant for many years, haven't we?
This is the fourth year.
Fourth year, okay. Any questions or comments about the county receiving this grant as well? There's no matching funds for this one. This is 100% funded for $130,000. Hearing none, we'll sign this into our records.
Todd said you.
Okay, just want to be sure.
Yeah. Great.
There's Mr. Dodd Worley. Now, we were just covering your grant.
Oh, that was quick.
Is there anything you would like to add or highlight or tell us about your grant that would show the importance of having this in our community?
Yes, there is. As a matter of fact, and I'm not much of a wordsmith, so I would like to quote our governor, Mr. Nathan Deal, and he says that juvenile justice reform and reinvestment in Georgia is not only one of his top initiatives as governor, but also a very strong personal interest. I've seen firsthand the success stories that come out of a courtroom like yours. By providing you with the resources you need and expanding these community-centered, evidence-based services throughout the state, we can improve public safety and positively change lives in the process. So that was in his award letter to us. I would like for the commissioner to know that we are doubling the number of evidence-based programs for Walker County this fiscal year, which starts July 1st, 2018.
Fantastic. Appreciate the work that you do and helping our young people recover and become productive citizens.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you for being here.
Okay, take care.
Okay, item number 6, resolution R-018-18, district attorney request for property to be declared as unserviceable and surplus and be destroyed. So we do have a resolution here, R-18-18, resolution of the sole commissioner of Walker County to declare property of the Walker County District Attorney's unserviceable, surplus, and removed from the county inventory. Whereas OCGA 36-9-2 provides that the county governing authority shall have the control of all property belonging to the county and may by order enter in order its minutes direct the disposal of any real property which may lawfully be disposed of, and make and execute good and sufficient title thereof on behalf of the county. And whereas the district attorney's office has accumulated unserviceable office equipment over many years, and the condition of said equipment has deteriorated through wear and tear and through unfavorable storage conditions. And whereas the district attorney's office has requested the equipment herein referenced and described in the attached letter from the district attorney's office be declared unserviceable because of the deterioration of conditions through the use and destroy, and therefore be it resolved by the Sole Commissioner of Walker County that the property referenced and described in the attached letter from the district attorney's office be hereby declared unserviceable and destroyed. So it resolved and adopted the 28th of June 2018. They have enclosed a letter and also a listing of the surplus items. As it states in that resolution, these are older items that are not usable, and also the condition that they were being stored in. These things are in very, very bad condition, and they just need to go to the landfill. Any question on this? Yes. Sorry, you have to sign that. Okay, likewise, we have a resolution from the landfill, or for the landfill, excuse me, R-19-18, a resolution of the Sole Commissioner of Walker County to declare property of the Walker County landfill unserviceable surplus and removed from county inventory. Whereas OCGA 36-9-2 provides the county's governing authority shall have the control of all property belonging to the county and may by order enter on its minutes direct the disposal of any real property which may lawfully be disposed of, and make and execute good and sufficient title thereof on behalf of the county. Whereas the landfill manager has requested an office chair, P/O number OFM 126, to be declared unserviceable because of deterioration of the condition through use and destroyed. Therefore be it resolved, so Commissioner of Walker County, that the property known as the office chair, number OFM 126, be hereby declared unserviceable and destroyed. So it be resolved and adopted the 20th day of June. All right, we have resolution number 18, resolution number 8, 20-18. This is a resolution amending the fiscal year budget 2018 to appropriate funds for supplies and contractual services for the coroner, and to create a budget for legal and policy department, and appropriate funding for the legal research and database services provided. Whereas OCGA 3681-3 provides for the county to adopt a summary line item legal level of budgetary control, whereby the governing authority controls the county spending. And whereas resolution R-19-17 established the legal level of budgetary control of Walker County at the summary classification level, personnel expense, operation expense, and capital outlay. And whereas the coroner requests for $9,500 for technical contractual services for payments of deputy coroners and transportation services. And whereas the coroner requests for $2,500 for general supplies and material for body bags. And whereas funds are available through cost avoidance from outsourcing services previously provided by the employee health clinic. And whereas the legal and policy directors, whose duties encompasses the county attorney function, requires a legal research and database service in order to conduct the legal research for advising county officials and department heads, ensuring compliance with state, federal, and other functions. And whereas funds are available for a subscription to a legal search and database service through cost avoidance of having an in-house counsel rather than funding an attorney services through the general fund. And whereas fiscal year 2017-18 budget requires an amendment to create the budget for the Legal and Policy Department, and whereas the amount required for the subscription to the Legal Research and Database Services for FY 2017-18 is $2,400, therefore be it resolved that the Walker County Governing Authority reallocates funds from the Employee Health Clinic, Department 1542, summary line item 521300.95, technical contractual services, and appropriates $9,500 to line item 521300.95, technical contract services for purposes of funding the deputy coroner and transport services, and $2,500 to line item 531100.00, general supplies and materials for the purpose of funding purchase of body bags and supplies. Number 2, that the Walker County Governing Authority hereby amend the FY 27-18 budget to create a budget for the Legal and Policy Department. 3, that the Walker County Governing Authority reallocates funds from the Employee Health Clinic, Department 1542, summary line item 531100.40, general supplies and material medical in the amount of $40,400, and appropriates $44,400 to the Legal and Policy Department in line 511100.00, salary and wages in the amount of $38,000, and appropriates $2,400 in the line item 521200.1100, professional other, for the purpose of funding subscriptions for legal and research database services. That was a lot. What we're doing here is we are not increasing the budget at all. Our total budget will be the same. We are taking per resolution that we signed for our October budget and reallocating funds from one department being the Employee Health Clinic, and breaking that out to the coroner and also for the legal department. So we been operating very efficiently. We had to rebalance our funding here, that we needed to be able to take care of expenses. When we set this budget in place, I mentioned publicly that as we got into the year that this would most likely happen. It's hard to have a budget with 60 departments and many line items and many moving parts and get it exactly perfect right out of the chute when there had not been a comprehensive budget put together in many, many years. So you didn't have a starting point or a basis really to work from when we started from pretty much a zero-based budget. So these are a few changes that we're making, and again, we are still at the same budget level. We've not increased our spending, we've just reallocated funds. Any question or comments on this?
Commissioner, for item 3, I believe there is a scrivener's error, and the amount being moved, $40,400, does not comport with the $44,400 that's being allocated, so that $44,000 should be changed to $40,400, which also reflects the $38,000 and $2,400 that's later reflected in that paragraph.
So I had a little typo there. So yes, on number 3, we're actually reallocating $40,400 and breaking that out between salary at $38,000 and professional other at $2,400. Any other comments, questions, or corrections? Hearing none, we'll enter this into our minutes as being approved. Our clerk will attest to that. Okay, we have an appointment here, item number 9. Okay, let me read this resolution 21-18. A resolution to appoint a member to the Lookout Mountain Community Service Board. Whereas the state of Georgia created the Lookout Mountain Community Service Board in accordance with the law, and whereas members are appointed for terms in accordance with the bylaws of the Lookout Mountain Community Service Board, and whereas the bylaws of the Lookout Mountain Community Service Board calls for a board member to serve 3-year term, and whereas Walker County member term is vacant following the resignation of Dwayne Lovingood, and whereas Mr. Lovingood's resignation was accepted on June 28, 2018, and whereas authorized under Georgia law is granted and vested to the sole commissioner of Walker County, Georgia, to appoint successor to said board. Therefore, be hereby resolved that the following named individual hereby appointed under the terms specified by the Lookout Mountain Community Service Board of Walker County, Georgia, named Dr. Neil Florence, 3-year term that will begin on July 1, 2018 and expire on June 30th, 2021. Any questions, comments on this board appointment? This is a voluntary board appointment. There's no compensation for this board. Neil Florence is one of our local pharmacists and has a lot of knowledge of what Lookout Mountain Community Services performs and offers to our community on a daily basis. He came highly recommended by the leadership of Lookout Mountain Community Services, and I concurred with them that former Mayor Dr. Neil Florence would be a perfect board member for that organization. We do have a letter that is going to Dwayne Lovingood. Mr. Lovingood, I would like to thank you for your support and your dedication that you have provided for services on the Lookout Mountain Community Board for many years. This was a wonderful service for our citizens of Walker County who are in need of assistance. Effective June 28, 2018, I have accepted your resignation and appointed Dr. Neil Florence to serve on the board. I wish you the best in the future endeavors. Thank you again for your service to the community. Sincerely, Shannon Whitfield, Walker County Sole Commissioner. So we will be sending him this letter and thanking him for his services. And then we have a letter going to Neil Florence. It was a great deal of pleasure that I appoint you to serve on the Lookout Mountain Community Service Board. Your new term begins immediately and will expire on June 30th, 2021. Thank you for your willingness to serve the citizens of Walker County. Shannon K. Whitfield, Walker County Sole Commissioner, and carbon copy Thomas Ford of Lookout Mountain Community Services. Okay, that's all the items on our regular agenda. We will officially call this meeting to end, and we will open up the floor for anyone that would like to make any public comments at this time on any topic dealing with county government. Does anybody have anything they'd like to address tonight? All right.
You want to take the justice assistance grant? You want to do that next?
We'll get the details on that. Anything else? Anybody have anything?
A couple of Mr. Williams turned down that extra $4,000 you tried to give him on his budget.
Yes, that was very nice of him, wasn't it?
What?
He'll probably try to make that up next year.
I'll work hard to earn it.
All right, well, I think this is probably a record meeting for the number of items we had on our agenda at 6:31, and we appreciate y'all coming out and look forward to seeing you back in 2 weeks. Have a good evening. Thank you.